So we look at movies such as V, TV show, Invader V, Body Snatchers. Um, there was another movie I can't really recall. But we look at these movies as such as so-called quote sci-fi, when in reality they're not sci-fi. They're actually real. Um, listen, if you don't cleanse the body or take entities, demonic entities, physical entities, spirits, or what you may call, people can cast spells and put things in your body. If you don't do the work to cleanse yourself, what's going to end up happening? These things that are alive inside of you will become conscious. They are conscious, they are alive, and they will take over you or possess you. And you will no longer be yourself if you don't cleanse yourself. You see, this is how it works. Imagine you have a glass of water. Now you keep putting water in that glass. Eventually, the glass overfills. Once the glass overfills, there's no more to put in it. It keeps flowing. That's the darkness in your body. Once it overflows and all over the place, it becomes strong enough to consume you, to control and possess you. Once that happens, you are no longer you. This is how you see people lose control. You can see that they're not the same person you once knew. Like, you'd be like, what happened to this person? Their mood changed, personality changed, their characteristic changed. They're a completely different person, and you don't even recognize who they used to be. The person they used to be is no longer there because they either lost their soul, or possessed, or the darkness has negativity in their body has taken over, that they cannot help themselves anymore. And what they're going to need is spiritual healing, cleansing, fasting, purging, taking certain medicines, orthodox or traditional medicines that are unheard of, that quote unquote mainstream would consider crazy or psychedelic when they're not psychedelics. So I'm not going to touch upon that too much, but I will say you have to go deep enough to remove the darkness within you, because if you don't, the darkness will take over you, and that comes in many forms: mental sickness, physical sickness, back pains, lung pains, chest, stomach, heart, kidneys, depression, a force of will. You feel like you're being taken over or pushed to do things that you don't want to do, right? They may come in different forms: hearing voices or seeing things. That don't mean you're crazy if you see things. You might have gifts, but certain things you might not supposed to be seeing because things are inside your body. So things inside your body can be sending signals. It's negative signals to promote or keep you stuck or bring negativity towards you. So you have to cleanse yourself to get to a state where once you cleanse your body, your mind and spirit, you can have more peace, you can levitate, you can feel more at ease, you can be more of your true self. But the only way you can do that is you have to go deeper, you have to dig deep, and you're gonna have to take the pain. I'm struggling with taking the pain. I'm struggling because to get these things out is not easy. Once it gets in your body, it's going to be very difficult to get out of your body. And trust me, it's going to hurt. And you have to be willing to tell yourself the truth. You have to be willing to cleanse. You have to do it. If you don't do it, when will you do it? If you don't do it, you will only suffer. And suffer, that is only impossible. It's only the only outcome that's going to happen is suffering. So you have to find a way to take out darkness out of your body. You have to find a way to release negativity, positive way, cleansing. And it's not going to be sunshine and rainbow. It's going to be painful. It's going to be dirty. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be pretty, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done if you want to be your authentic self, if you want to shine bright, if you want to be beautiful from the inside out. You see, what's really important is not outside. You see, for a long time, I'm now starting to remember, somehow I got lost that I want more physical things, but I remember a couple years ago, there was a time, and I'm getting back to it, that physical things didn't really matter to me. I never really cared about school, like after a while, or gaining a high-paying job, or all these things, because I knew that I will always be okay, and I knew that I will always attract things to me, and I knew that that was not really important, because what's really important was what's inside, because I knew that real wealth comes from within. Real wealth equals mental health. Wealth, if you're mentally stable, emotionally, spiritually, you will attract everything that you ever need or ever want or ever desire in this world. But that has to come from within. Love must come from within. A deep sense of love, a deep sense of truth, a deep sense of cleansing and authenticity and oneness of being your true highest self. And so that's why my main goal was healing, was being more spiritual, healing myself spiritually, because I knew that if I became more spiritual and healed myself at a deeper level, I knew that I would always attract what I wanted. And people started seeing that. But now I feel like I have to go to another level, because I'm being attacked spiritually by people who are not nice. They're evil, and they're sending darkness toward me. And so I need to take it to the next level, because it's required. See, a lot of times we don't want to give things up because we want to live this human experience, but you realize that you didn't come to be an earthling. You didn't come to be like everyone else, right? And you have to take the pain to rise, to shine. And that is what's required to glow, to blow, to be the best version of you. There's only one of you, and there's only one of me, and that's what makes you and I special. You have to remember that. You are beautiful. You are unique, but you gotta remember that, and you gotta dig deep. And you gotta be you, you gotta be free. You gotta show love, a deeper form of love, a deeper form of strength, inner power, wisdom, will, and grit. That's the only way you can overcome or do the impossible.